Alrighty, folks, we're almost there. No, this is the battle we kind of teased at the end of the previous episode. We are actually up here in and around Winchester. It's pretty close in terms of everything because that's just the way it is. But also, I've set the app to try to recruit like me, and I think in kind of reasonable proportions. So I would bet we have the Winchester map, a map I really like. It gets some hate from other corners, but that's, people are different. To me, as long as it's not the Wilderness or Chancellorsville or the Arkansas version of Chancellorsville, then I'm okay with it. But actually, Winchester has a little bit of everything. So we'll see what we get. But yeah, given that we have numerically even forces, I think in terms of weaponry, we might have a slight advantage, but I wouldn't expect to be able to lean on it. In terms of top leadership, I mean, I would take Longstreet over McClellan, particularly if we're fighting battles. But yeah. So, as always, the CSA enters from the north. So this is actually very favorable to us. If you get to defend Kernstown, which it looks like we're going to, Kernstown is very defensible, and you can sit on. You probably want to defend it from the backside, so you go and capture it, and then you force the other side to come up and get it. And there's this creek here, which is cover. There's this high ground, kind of forested area that is pretty good, but it's not enough to capture this. And then this high ridge over here, I find that if you want to defend a little bit forward, if you're up on this ridge, this always seems like a pretty dominant position because everything else around it is pretty open and low, and it can influence what goes on in Kernstown. So I do not mind basically starting off. Oh, we don't quite have the objective, but we're gonna get as close as we can. We're gonna run MacArthur through it into it. We'll move Casey's division up to protect the backside, and we'll put Matthews over here on what I think is this kind of dominant ridge. And so even if they want to come in this way, fine, we'll go ahead, we'll let them. They have to come through up and ground. We kind of get to sit there and shoot, and that's exactly what we want to do. But I'm not going to make you watch that part because I suspect they really are coming in probably from north of Winchester. And so it may be a good while before we have combat. So I was wrong. Longstreet's, I mean, they're ready to move, and so they're already down here in Milltown, so they must have started really far up, which is, yeah, that's fine. Luckily, we did get the point, and think about what I want to do now to defend. I think actually, yeah, we'll have MacArthur kind of move towards that ridge and maybe fight a delaying action. As you can see, it was easier for me to get into the backside of this point. Okay, so we have ordered them to kind of do that. So we're going to do, we'll do single line. Wait for that to go through. Where is, all right, McClellan is here, so we're actually going to put him over there because those are where the forces are going to be. The one downside of this is if Longstreet concentrates against one division or the other, it can be difficult to get there. It doesn't look like it's, right, from that ridge to this ridge. You would think long range, they should be able to cover the whole range in the middle, and that's probably true, but it's long range. It's likely to be inaccurate. So it's not optimal, but it could feel a lot longer than it looks. And right now our plan is to get Casey's kind of defensive division in place. We're going to get them in a line. We're going to push up skirmishers. We'll have the skirmishers sit in the creek bed. And I'll probably move the brigades pretty close and give them the creek bed if it looks like the CSA is just going to push on through. Which, if we can't get them to follow MacArthur, yet another reason to kind of move off at an angle, which is that You know, if they pursue it, they're moving away from the objective. And you can kind of drag, like if our infantry's here and we move MacArthur here, we'll eventually drag them across the face of our line. So they're just getting shot while they're not catching us. And yeah, that's something we should be okay with. But yes. Yes, who could forget that? Initially, we'll go with medium range and skirmishers. And let's push up like that. Okay, speed things up. Is this the best place for that battery? Yeah. I suppose it's all right. I would actually say stop this battery. We don't need it over there. And, I don't know. I love that one. Don't aim, just shoot and move. Sure. Yeah, and I think we'll keep that other battery back here. Moving it out here, if we have to fall back, leaves them exposed, and you don't want that. I don't want that. Watch those flanks. Alright. At least the cab is doing exactly the right thing. They're pushed up, dismounted. Alright. It looks like... You guys seriously haven't stopped yet? I could always do the poor man's stop, right? Which is that. Alright, so 2 brigades have reached that point. We're going to press up with this cav just to harass a little bit if they do try to push up. But yeah. We can always use the reset when night falls. And are they pulling back? They are pulling back because they're getting shot. Yeah, that's actually like really decent, I think. Yeah, I mean, that position's okay. The battery could also go up on this backside and shoot in here, but I don't know. I think I usually get in trouble when I'm not conservative enough in that stuff, so no matter how much you play this game, it seems like you always move more slowly and things take longer than you expect. Alright, we'll speed all of you up. You're trying to figure it out. That's okay. McClellan, he's in a good spot. Yeah, like, I was going to say I have no complaints. Are you all in the creek? You are in the creek. That's fine. That's where I want you. Given what I'm seeing, I'm going to push up. Not that far. We're going to push up to try to get those brigades in the creek bed. I think it gives them about a 20% cover bonus. And I'd rather have it than give it to them. But the benefit of moving up this far is that now this division and this division are close enough to support one another. Rather than if I kept the brigades back behind these buildings. Keep calm, boys. Alright. Who is this? Rufus King? Alright, Rufus King. Why don't you move back a little bit? You seem to be ever so slightly out of position. Where is McClellan? Maybe we can just get general orders for medium range. Okay. Are they sending their They're sending their battery? Oh, okay. I thought they were sending it up here. I was like, huh. Alright, so we can see that they are now pushing out. No, I don't want to do that. Where is Matthews? Here he is. Alright. Yeah, I'm a big fan of 3 in the front, 1 in the back. I wish that was a little bit more regularly selected. Especially for the AI, rather than, you know... I guess it usually happens if you have 3 brigades. They should do 2 in the front, 1 in the back, and that's okay too. I'm a bigger fan of more to the front, but that is me. Alright, we gotta remember that King is the cavalry. I feel like these guys have... Yeah, they're almost up to a perk. I mean, with 2 stars of experience, yeah, that's kind of to be expected. MacArthur himself, he kind of looks like... I don't remember his name. The short Lannister guy. That's what his face looks like. Tyrion Lannister, I think that was it. Alright, your work here is done, MacArthur. Although if we can get you to a perk, we're gonna take... Oh, we're not as close as I thought. We'll order those 2 brigades up to do a little harass. Alright, and I guess they're not going for it. Alright, well... If they want to go to long range, we'll go to long range so that we're not just getting one-sided shot, but... Alright, our batteries are up and barking. Let's, give ourselves that as a target. That as a target. You know what? If they're that bad, Let's not send them up. Rosecrans is up to 3 already. Oh no! Oh no! Jesse Reno. Who I only know anything about because of War of Rights. Any perks? Okay, I'm guessing you don't actually... Oh, you do. Maybe there's an opportunity here. They haven't counterbatted us. So we don't need to switch to counterbatting them. Oh. Oh, they are gonna break. Yeah, they are gonna break. Well, if you're gonna accidentally go in mounted, I guess. Wow. Wow. It must have been much bloodier in a lot of ways than I thought. Here, McClellan, just tell everybody to assault. There you go. Fire at will is, that was going to be my recommendation, yeah. Okay, MacArthur's over here, blocking. Alright, Green can't get his brigade out that way. Armstead's there. 4th U.S. Artillery. Look at those guys. 4 stars for an artillery unit. Yeah, I'm not sure what was up with these guys. Alright, but we don't have to figure it out. They're routing. I'm not really going to pursue beyond just ordering the general assault. All right. So that turned out to be okay, right? It was, yeah, it was a lot worse than I thought. I suppose it had to do with the AI just not getting in a single line and either pressing forward, which is probably not the best way to do it, but it's at least simple, and it would probably level out the casualties, or just doing just an overload flank, like just keep it simple, but it would, I don't know, presumably it would increase the challenge. All right. So what's off the board for him? 652 killed and 729 captured. 270 killed. They're gone for us plus whatever. Doesn't come back from the missing and wounded, but and they'll no doubt burn the supply depot here. So it reverted to our control. All right. Exactly what I predicted. I don't know, Longstreet was weird. We saw him down here. He was up here. Then he looked like he was down here, but he was actually up here. He just mystifying us. We haven't done any of these in a while. Subsidized banks, armored gunboats. No, I don't feel strongly about any of that. Recruitment offices, that is a definite maybe. Nah, but not with 76,000 volunteers. We're not taking casualties that rapidly. Again, we may have to go that route, but not right now. All right, so that's the east. Shenandoah Valley is odd to move through. It's supposed to be rich in agricultural produce and all, but moving through it feels like a supply desert a lot of times. All right. I think we're still going to be kind of where we were before, trying to get our readiness back here. Yeah, that is true. You're not ready to move. You're not ready to move. You're getting ready to move, but you're not there. They are actually just about ready, and fleets generally do better with readiness than other things. I wasn't sure if this was going to work before I ordered it. I think we should go back to constructing that supply depot. Hopefully it didn't just disappear on us. But as I get closer... Oh, no, there it is. Okay, so it does reappear, and we got a little bit of work to do on it, but probably be done within a month, I think, I hope. Way up here, we should have a core... Wow, how are they still in the red? I was going to say after all this time, but yeah, it's been, 3 weeks in this episode. And well, I guess it was last episode in this episode, so. It's all starting to bleed together here. Their national morale is not loving this. Is this really just a national wealth thing? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can see this is what they had to do to try to keep up. Maybe it's something to adjust. As much as I want it to matter, and I think it should matter, yeah, trade deals is still a ways off. What's this? Confederacy does. Uh-oh. Said the unit disintegrates? Oh, we ran into a squadron of theirs. Okay. I thought we had hit a fort, and... Isn't that fort further down? Yeah. Pillow. Yeah, I don't know why they're trying to build farms. They shouldn't be trying to do that. What is this? I mean, I know what it is, but... Cav, we get a slight artillery advantage. 26,000 of them versus about 17,000 of us. I don't think we have the troops to do this. I don't. But let's see. All right, this is what we have. We have the Chancellorsville of Arkansas, which I generally detest. But if there's ever a consolation prize, it is this, which is that they've given us 15 points worth of objectives to start with. which might work in our favor, or it might just mean that we take way more casualties than we ought to. So let's see, Elkhorn Tavern, they're almost certainly going to come down this road. Wow, this is a lot like that battle that was here a little while ago. Okay, if we get everybody situated. All right, so I'm going to set some stuff up, and then I'll bring you all back in. All right, so we have done the best we can. We found their cav coming forward. Tidbull did his thing. I figured on even numbers, it was probably just to pull back. We can kind of see some of the dust way off. But they appear to recognize we're here. If the cav pushes in, that'd be a very nice pick. I don't think they're going to do us that kind of a favor, though. So the best we can do is sort of pull off the side here. The idea, I think, is to probably have the cav guard this extreme right. We're going to have to try to find somewhere for the artillery to go that it can still see and shoot. I think this one battery here might be able to. I guess we'll find out. But if they are just going to sit there, we might as well use our ammo. It's almost the end of the day anyway, so we might as well shoot whatever it is we have. Doesn't look like we have an angle. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. So we might need to pull up. But they can... No. Yeah, they're kind of fine where they are, but as long as we're sitting on 15 points worth of objectives, we should be able to pull this back and make it even. But sometimes when it's actually just close because of the objectives, it just causes both sides to stay in the fight and make it far bloodier than it should be. That doesn't do too much for us tactically, but strategically, you know, the more manpower we wear out from them, sooner this should all be over. So we'll see. All right. Now, so they do have an angle over there. Are we out of the woods enough here to get an angle? We are. Okay. Run, Johnny, run. You heard it here first. Okay, so they get better by bombarding. So what's that angle look like? Right through there? I think that's right. And their angle is right there. So they got to move that cab back. I don't want to get the Kev to have to hop fences. That's where I don't want them. I could either put them at this extreme left, or I could put them on this right. The reason why I put them on the right is because I wanted them to be able to shoot through an open field. But this is just such a long flank for the AI to have to make. I mean, they are able to guard the artillery. Let's just see what this looks like here in terms of moving this cavalry. Is this going to take a long time? Doesn't look like it, but actually, now that I do that, it actually looks like they're sending someone over here to deal with this. So we'll order them back over there, hope for the best. I think we'll also add maybe Sturgis's brigade, in case there's more behind that. Alright, so that bombarding is doing them quite a bit of good. Alright, yeah, I mean, this is actually a real push here on the right. So move Sturgis over. We'll move Sturgis's skirmishers up. We'll have them rotate over to there. We'll get down, we'll get loose, and we will take up some space over there. Send those skirmishers up. And I think we're going to slide these guys over. What do they got going on up here? That. I think if we can, we're going to try to... I was going to say try to pick those brigades off one at a time. This is concerning because in the overnight, they can pull the old switcheroo on you, and they can just overload a flank and kind of stomp on in. So we'll see if that comes to pass. Here, maybe we'll just switch them around, put Seagull over here. Sturgis here. Should be on a fence or in the forest. Tool there. I mean, are we able to shoot over enough friendlies? I'm going to put this battery back here and just hope that it can shoot. Dietzler's... Alright, so that's Dietzler himself. Yeah, we'll just spin him around like that. And I think it's just time to see what they got. Alright, so both batteries claim to be firing. Not sure where you guys are going. I don't see any great need to push up that far. So they got forest, they got fence. Here, we're going to push them up so that they're at least getting forest cover. I think we got to fall back with Seagull and maybe move Sturgis back and then just kind of do the best we can, because it looks like the bigger push is now over here, and I want to have Dietzler may well have to go to the left, And then if they push down the road, I want to have Siegel be able to pivot over there and maybe Sturgis help. This is I think this is going to be a very time-consuming flank for them. Because they got to go over fences, they got to go uphill, they got to run through forests, they got to do a lot of stuff that's just not really that fun. Oh, you gotta be... They're already counterbatting me. Jesus. Alright, so we should return the favor. And they were apparently counterbatting us pretty accurately. Now, that's got to be more... That's got to be desertions or something. Because they were not counterbatting us the day before. And it doesn't even look like they're trying to now. So that must have been desertions or something else. Alright, so we're going to move Dietzler over here. And then, as we thought we might have to, we're going to move Siegel over there. Tidball still says he has no covers, so alright, well, whatever. Maybe they're just trying to get around to the 5-pointer. I don't know. Yeah, so far we have not been doing terribly well in the casualty game. Alright, since they're not moving fast enough, let's have them fall back and let's just have them take position here. They're going to slide over there, and we will just do that like that. These guys, I think what we do now, well, I was going to try to concentrate. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, there is still a possibility of concentrating against them and hoping to wipe this group, but I'm not sure that Cox is going to be able to do it. Because he's about to start taking flanking fire and just a whole bunch of other things that probably doesn't want to take. Alright, well, these guys stand up and start shooting, hopefully. Yeah, that really did not work out at all. This is a tough one to defend on because the abundance of cover basically makes it a numbers game. You just have to overwhelm the other side. $28, $28, $28, $2,000. It also feels like they just have way more than... Yeah. So I think rather than trying to fight them on both fronts, which just feels like we're losing. We'll see if the artillery can aid our cav over here, but I think we're just going to concentrate against the left side and hope for the best. I think this one's going to be an L. I was starting to feel that Tidball might be a little low on ammo. Okay. I think what we do with our artillery is we see if we can use it over here. And if we can't, then we just get ready to pull back. Huh. Oops. That is not what I meant. Wow, they actually routed them. You know what? Let's do that. And now let's do this. Let's try to get everybody moving quickly. We'll put you up in the middle. Okay. Swing that artillery around to here. My goodness, guys. I don't know what to do for you. Like, I just need you not to be on top of each other. No? And I think they're trying to do the wave. I don't know what that is. I feel bad for them. I'm going to take them off lane down. I don't know what that's about. Alright, unfortunately Harvey, who I usually like, is not getting the better of this exchange here. Are they firing though? It says they are. We're laying down mostly so that Dietzler and maybe Siegel can also shoot over them, and also just to slow down the casualty tick-up rate. Ledbetter looks like he might run, though. Now, John Jones is apparently A-okay with what's happening. I think Ledbetter's about to break. Pierce probably needs to swing around so that he doesn't take flanking fire. I think they're going to break. I think they have broken. And so now, we're going to try to get 2 or 3 brigades here. So they're going to move up there. Sturgis and Siegel are going to move up there. We're going to let Harney, I called him Harvey. We're going to let him hang out there. Cox Jr., despite the casualties, is just completely unfazed by it all. I think, you know, Sturgis should probably just hang tight. These guys broke? Okay. And, yeah, so, I don't know, if we put them down there, are they able to fire back across? Probably not. Line of sight's gonna be rough. Maybe if we wheel them up here? Oh, you know what we can do with these guys? Lay down. There we go. So now Pierce can contribute more to that. We want to actually... Well, you know, we're here, so let's try to get 3 brigades. Get a 3v1 going. We got them. They look like they want to fall back. Okay, he's now out of the orange stable into the black stable. That's an improvement, if you don't know. Yeah, and they're coming back online. Okay, we want you at medium range. All right, and we routed them. So we're going to give Cox a break. I think we can move Pierce up. He's got those sweet, sweet plains rifles, and we're just going to wheel Dietzler. And that's at least 3 brigades shooting into 1 that is at half ammo. All right, we got to get this cav back. I don't want to lose this cav here. All right, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take Siegel and we're gonna try to knock out that battery. Okay, we're gonna move you up there. We're gonna move you up to that fence. Pierce, you got the right idea. Cox, we're gonna move you back. Harney will probably move you back. Alright, we have a chance. I don't know what is going on with these guys. In that weird spot where I can't even quite move them. Fremont. Can Fremont move? Alright, Pierce is coming up into a nice position. He's going to get flanking fire and he's going to force them back. Has this brigade rallied? No, they have not. So, I can't quite get Siegel to listen to me. Because we got 2 brigades. 2 pretty good brigades coming down on John Hunt Morgan. And we got Pierce lining up to be the 3rd, and they would be the real problem for Morgan. In fact, we're going to get Pierce moving where I think he needs to be. And the AI is this flank. I don't know what happened here. Why are they like this? Oh, it's their first battle. All right, so that makes more sense. Apparently they're already rallying. Where's Lion? Lion's here. Okay. Nope, nope. Didn't mean to do that. I hate this thing. Sure. I don't even know what I just agreed to. Alright. No, 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 no. You stay over there. And, yeah, you ignore whatever I just did. You gotta be facing them. There you go. Yeah, that was a gambit, and I... Close support with their 30-pound parrots. I had no idea. And they're broke. Interesting. Well, if that's the case, considering I'm holding the victory points, and we've now routed off half their army, and none of our units have routed yet. Unless they're able to rally and push... I think we got the win. This should be the end of... Yep, that's the end of that battery. Good, good. All right, so we'll let Seagull do his thing. Pierce, you don't have to do that. Start moving you back. Dietzler, we're going to start moving you back because we're going to move everybody back. Eventually, we're just going to let Seagull get whatever he can out of Crawford's battery, and then we'll reorganize here. Yeah, so these guys might have a juicy bombardment target down here. I really did think that that was an L, but they put a lot of distance between them. They had a good push, and definitely without those reserves, without bringing that other division over, we were going to get swamped on both flanks slowly, so... yeah, that's that. All right. So in adjusting OBS's sound settings, I almost crashed the game after the battle, and I was like, oh, that happened a couple episodes ago. It felt like such a letdown. So this is the perfect time to end this episode. We just crossed the 60-minute mark, and yeah, so we're going to wrap this one before we lose it, but that was great. I mean, in terms of casualties and, you know, we get to keep our foothold here in Arkansas. I don't know how many more units they have to throw at Lion. He certainly could help, use some help. It's going to be a while before that comes, but hopefully he's brought himself a little bit of breathing space. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I think we did 2 battles in this one. I'm pretty sure that's what we did. And so that's always nice when we're able to do that double feature for you. And let's see, do I still think I have a lot of campaign? I think there's a fair amount of campaign left. We are comfortably ahead. But yeah, sometimes you get them really close to beating them, and then it kind of just takes forever to actually finish it. So we'll see if that happens in this one. We got about 2 months left of regular campaigning before winter quarters. So we'll see. We'll see what we're able to accomplish in the last leg of the 62 campaign.